All right, so children, now as we have already seen that the entire people had come from near and far villages in order to know what is going to happen. Everybody was curious to know what is going to happen further. Let us see, what about your reactions? What do you think? What is going to happen with the lover? What we can guess, we can always guess.
Ma'am, he marries the princess.
Okay, Justin says he will marry the princess. Okay, any other guesses? Any other guesses?
Ma'am, he will not allow the youth to marry.
The king will not allow the princess to marry him. Is that what
He
you want to
gets
say?
killed
Priya?
by the tiger.
Sorry?
He gets killed by the tiger.
Okay, let's see. Araj is saying maybe he will get eaten up by the tiger, right?
I mean, even
Let's see.
I think that he will get killed.
He will get killed. You have read it.
Ma'am, after let them married in front of the people, the king will personally kill him
Okay, you
and
think
give
like
some
that.
reason. Yeah.
Okay, okay. See, these are your opinions. Now let's see what happens further. There's a lot of suspense in this, isn't it? And it is, you know, very interesting to read a prose which has a lot of suspense. What is going to happen next?
Read it yesterday, but then I was like,
Was given. A door opened, and the lover of the princess walked into the arena. Tall, beautiful, fair, his appearance was greeted with a low hum of administration and
Anxiety.
admiration and anxiety. Half the audience had not seen so handsome a youth. No wonder the princess loved him. What a terrible thing for him to be there.
Yes. So they are just describing the environment in the amphitheater. Okay, how what is happening, and see the door open, and this person, the lover of the princess, you know, he appeared, and now they are describing his appearance. Okay, how was his appearance? Who will tell me about his appearance? He was tall.
Ma'am, may I Vivaan? Ma'am, Vivaan.
He was handsome.
Yes.
Ma'am, Vivaan.
Yes. Yes. Tell Vivaan.
Ma'am, her appearance was, she was tall and beautiful.
Not
and
her.
fair.
It is his appearance, beta.
Ma'am, sorry, tall. Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, by mistake. Tall.
Yeah.
Ma'am, but it is written beautiful, ma'am.
See, it is, we are about the princess lover. He was tall, he was fair, his appearance, and he looked handsome, a handsome youth. Can you see that? And everybody was wondering, no wonder how this princess fell in love with this particular youth. All right. And it was very terrible for the entire people who had gathered to see what is going to happen with this youth now. All right. Next. Megha, read.
Yes.
To bow to the king, his eyes fixed upon the princess, who sat to the right of her father. But for the barbarism in her nature, the princess could not bear to have been there. For days she had thought of nothing but this great event, with more power, influence, and force of actor than anyone who had ever been before interested in such a case. She had possessed herself of the secret of the door. She knew behind which of those stood the cage of the tiger with its open front, and in which waited the lady.
Okay, okay. See the secret now. Now the youth, as now you know the entire environment of the amphitheater, that everybody was curious to know what is going to happen. Now this youth, he advances to the arena, okay, and as a custom, he bows down to the king. When he's bowing down his eyes, he's looking at whom? He's looking at the princess, okay, who's sitting right next to her father. Now, but for the barbarism in her nature, the princess could not bear to have been there. Okay, she did not want to be physically present in that situation, because it's definitely being very hard for her. Right, her entire future is dependent upon the faith of this youth, her lover. Right, and for days she had thought of nothing but this great event. While she was thinking about it, the reason is, with more power, influence, and force of character than anyone who had ever before been interested in such case. She had, please underline this, she had possessed herself of the secret of the doors. So that's the reason it was so painful for her, because she knew She knows that behind which door there's a tiger and behind which door is the lady waiting. And still she has to keep that as a secret. So that was the thing which was very painful for her. Got it? Have you all understood?
And not only did she know in which room should the lady, ready to emerge, blushing and radiant, should her door be opened, but she knew who the lady was. It was one of the fairest and loveliest maidens of the court, who had been selected as the reward of the accused youth. Should he be proved innocent of the crime of aspiring to one so far above him, and the princess hated her. Often had she seen or imagined that she had seen this fair creature throwing glances of admiration upon the person of her lover, and sometimes she thought these glances were returned. The girl was lovely, but she had dared to raise her eyes to the loved one of the princess. With all the intensity of the savage blood inherited from her barbaric ancestors, she hated the woman who trembled behind that silent door.
Yes.
When
So-
her lover turned,
One minute, beta. Just a minute. So there was two things. One, she knew the secret that behind which door is a tiger, behind which door is a lady. And the other thing, which was more painful to her was, if at all he happens to open if he'll open the door wherein there's tiger, he'll be killed. So then also it will be painful for her. And if at all he happens to open the door where the lady is there, he'll have to get married to her irrespective to his choice. So in both the situations, who's losing?
Ma'am,
Who's
the
losing?
The princess.
princess,
Princess. Because she, in both the ways, whether he opens the door of the tiger or whether he opens the door of the lady, she is going to any which way lose him. Okay, so this was very painful for her. Apart from that, she also knew who was the lady who was standing behind the door, and what was the description given about this lady? She was the what?
She used to usually glance at the lover of the princess.
Yes, and she was the most beautiful lady among all the other maidens.
Yeah.
who were there
And
in
the princess hated her.
And she hated her. Why she hated her? Because
Because she was
He
beautiful.
looked more beautiful than the princess.
yeah,
Yes,
but
He
then
was jealous.
right. But then what about the lady, the maiden? What about her? What were her intentions? Did she wanted to get married?
No.
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 How do you know this? That she is not interested? Which
Because
line or which
Behind
phrase
the
tells you
door.
this? Yes, Priyanshu.
And because she was trembling behind the door.
Yes, she was trembling behind the door. Apart from that, can you see? And sometimes she thought these glances were written. Okay, she would not even look at the person whom the princess had loved, right? So that's why she would not even take a glance of the person whom the princess was, because she did not have any intentions, although the princess hated her. Okay, clear? Yes, everyone.
yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay.